Hey everyone, SoFlo Travel back with another ship tour, but this time on MSC Magnifica. We sailed on Magnifica in October of 2024, and being our first sailing with MSC, we really didn't know what to expect. Weighing in at just over 95,000 gross tons, this ship is packed full of incredible things to do, so let's dive right in. On boarding day, you'll enter by the guest service desk on Deck 5 mid. Not a lot of people notice, but there are two guest service desks. If one is full, chances are the second one isn't. Sometimes one is closed, but if both are open, you'll be seen before you know it. Also, if you're ready to kick off your drink package, there is a bar as soon as you board the ship. Deck 5 forward is the medical center and staterooms, so Deck 5 aft you'll find one of the main dining rooms. You do have an assigned restaurant for dinner on the ship, but no matter which one you get put in, I promise the food quality and experience are one and the same. Something to be mindful of is that the main dining rooms are quite large, so it can be noisy at peak dining times. Forward on Deck 6 is the first level of the Royal Theater, but we're going to show you that up on Deck 7. Deck 6, just after the Royal Theater, is Tiger Bar. This area we found ourselves hanging out a lot in and making it a rendezvous point in case anyone couldn't find the group. Here you will find a large bar with an impressive list of coffee and drink options. And if you're a coffee lover like we are, then you'll be happy to know that we found the best coffee on board here. Tiger Bar also has a massive lounge area that you'll always be sure to find a seat in. There are constantly activities going on no matter what time of day it is. The crew was really good at getting the guests involved and making sure everyone had a good time. And if you look forward in Tiger Bar, you'll see these incredible stairs that lead to and from the Atlantic City Casino. Deck 6 mid has 7 shops, including our favorite, the Logo Shop. On starboard side, you'll find a small meeting room for any business you need to handle on board. Also, you'll find the Excursions desk if you wanted to book on board or have any questions about a pre-existing reservation. Then, right in between everything we just mentioned, there's Tapazio Bar. This area, like Tiger Bar, has a large lounge and even larger bar. Here you'll find lots of performances and a cozy place to relax. With this being right in the middle of the ship, if you're trying to go forward to aft or vice versa, you have to walk through here, making this the perfect place to people watch if that's something you do to kill time. And just after all of those, split by an elevator, you'll find the Purple Bar on port side and the Ruby Bar on starboard side. More often than not, one of these bars would be packed with people while the other one wasn't. So if you can't seem to get a seat, just walk through the hallway by the elevator right to the other side. Deck 6 aft is another main dining room, which is where our assigned dining was. The main dining rooms on board Magnifica are huge. The staff assigned to us for dinner were very kind and always made sure we had everything we needed in a timely manner. Dinner here took anywhere from an hour to 2 depending on how quickly or slowly we ate. This is actually where we sat for dinner and had a beautiful view out the window of our very rough seas. During our sailing, we were experiencing 11 to 13 foot seas with an occasional 15. The ship did handle this well, however, if you're like me and get seasick, it wasn't a walk in the park. Throughout the sailing, the food quality in the main dining room was very consistent. Overall, we genuinely enjoyed everything we were served with the exception of 1 to 2 items. Keep in mind there were 5 of us on this cruise together, so the ratio of good to bad meals was exceptional. The staff also knew how to get everyone involved in the Italian dinner party on the last night. It was really fun to see the main dining room transform into this huge conga line and have some delicious Italian-themed food. Deck 7 forward is the second level of the Royal Theater. Once again, we're going to pause and say be mindful of where you sit on the upper level. If you don't sit right in the front row, you have these handrails blocking your view. However, anywhere else in the theater offers great views. The Royal Theater seats 1,200 guests, but we never found it to feel full. Just after that is the Atlantic City Casino. When you first enter on Deck 7, you'll find these stairs which lead to and from Tiger Bar on Deck 6. Even with this casino being this big, it was always full of guests. The bar service here was fast, so you wouldn't have to wait too long if you wanted a drink. However, the tables and slot machines were always full, so you'd have to wait for someone to get up if you wanted to play. Deck 7 mid is the Oriental Plaza, which is a specialty dining option on board. We personally did not eat here, but a couple we were with did and said they really enjoyed the food, the service, and the atmosphere. On both port and starboard side of the Oriental Plaza, you'll find the art galleries. Here you can take a look at all the ports the ship has visited and when. There was a lot to see here, and we love that they proudly displayed this. Just beyond this, on port side, you'll find the Cyber Cafe for all your internet needs, and on starboard side, you'll find our favorite place, the Cuba Lounge Cigar Bar. This area offers a great variety of cigars to choose from, as well as scotch and whiskeys to pair them with. If you're not a cigar and scotch type of person, they also offer some tasty cocktails. We found ourselves here every night to enjoy a good cigar with great drinks and incredible crew members. We wanted to give a huge shout out to Vlad and Kavita. They were our favorite crew members we came across on this sailing. They knew how to have a good time and were always on top of everything they needed to do. Aft on deck 7 is the photo gallery and the sports bar. Starboard in the photo gallery, you'll find every picture they've taken of you while on board, and you can purchase them individually or as a package if you'd like. Portside is the sports bar. If you find yourself sailing during any sport season that you enjoy, they do play every game on one of the 20 plus TVs in this bar. Being that our sailing was in October, we were able to enjoy football, basketball, and hockey games here. This area also offers great views out to the ocean, and if you find yourself somehow bored here, then you can play around a pool for an extra charge. Just aft, you'll find this massive lounge. Really quick, the bathrooms are hard to notice here if you're not paying attention, so if you have to go, look for these purple doors. This lounge, like every other one on board, is beyond measure, and you can find lots of things going on here. Since it's usually not busy during the day, it's also a nice place to sit and relax if you'd like a break from everyone. During our sailing, we only visited this lounge twice. One of the times we were here, they had a tribute to veterans where they played the national anthem, let veterans introduce themselves, and even had cake and free champagne. Deck 8 is staterooms, including ours, so let's drop into 8153 to check out our balcony room. During the sailing, it was one of our birthdays, so we decorated the cabin a little bit, and the cabin attendant kept adding his own touches as well. Apologies for the mess in our room. We ended up recording on day 2 instead of day 1 since we forgot. Anyways, the cabin itself was very spacious with lots of storage and this huge mirror for checking out your daily outfits, plus a fairly good sized balcony. Like I said, it was one of our birthdays, so when we would come back to our cabin, there would always be a little extra surprise. One day it was breakfast in the room, the next day it was a birthday cake, and even a card and a bottle of champagne. The cake, however, they did not tell us exactly when it was going to be delivered, so it ended up sitting in our room for a few hours before we got back. A little piece of information: if you're someone who gets lost often on cruises, odd staterooms are on one side while even are on the other. Also, the color of the carpet in the hallway matches the color of different items in your stateroom. So if you're in a room with blue curtains and a blue bed runner and a blue carpet and you're trying to find your room but the carpet in the hallway is red, you're on the wrong floor. Deck 9 through 12 are all staterooms, so we're headed up to 13. Deck 13 forward is the MSC Oria Spa. We did not get any services done here, but we did take a tour. They had lots of massage rooms, multiple services offered, and the staff was very knowledgeable. Inside the Oria Spa, you'll also find the gym. This area has a lot to offer for anyone wanting to cancel out some of those cruise calories. Plus, it has beautiful views throughout this whole area. Just look at Ocean Cay. Here they also do spa raffles, which we ended up winning 2 of them and getting $50 off of a service both times. Just after the Oria Spa, you'll find the main pool area, which consists of both an indoor and outdoor pool, 2 jacuzzis, 1 outside bar, and 1 inside bar. This pool was never full of people, so you could always find a comfortable seat and a spot in the pool. It was rough on our sailing, so not many people wanted to get in, or they had the pools closed. The inside pool also has an awning that retracts during nice weather. This area here is where all the parties happen, and speaking of parties, let's take a look at some moments from the sail away party as well as the nightly parties on board. This clip is of the sail away party, and trust me, you don't want to miss this jam-packed, activity-filled time. The parties on MSC are really fun, but make sure you dress comfortable because I promise you will be on your feet the whole time. Like most ships, every night has a different theme, and this clip just happens to be of one of the most popular nights, White Night. This is by far the most crowded but also most fun party. I'm sure you can tell by looking at this clip. Let us know down in the comments how many guests you think attended this party. Deck 13 aft, you'll find the Sahara Buffet. This buffet has an incredible variety of food to choose from and multiple stations to go to. No matter if it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you're sure to find something for everyone that they'll love. Also, all the way aft in the buffet, you'll find a bar. Just a quick hack for anyone planning to sail on Magnifica: if you're trying to walk through the buffet at a busy time, it's actually a lot quicker to walk through where everyone is seated versus near the food. And if you enjoy nice views while you eat, we would recommend sitting all the way out back in this area. It offers breathtaking views and a quiet opportunity to eat. And if for any reason you're trying to go in or out of a door that won't open, just press these blue buttons. Deck 14 forward is all staterooms, so Deck 14 mid, you'll find the power walking track, as well as the children's outdoor and indoor playrooms. All the way aft on Deck 14, you'll find the mini club for ages 3 to 6, the junior club for ages 7 to 11, and the young and teens club for ages 12 through 17. Also, you'll find T32 and 2 bowling lanes that are extra charge. T32 is the nightclub on board. We actually enjoyed the nightclub on the sailing because of how large it is and how good the DJ was. There's always enough room on and off the dance floor for everyone. Another great thing about the nightclub is they have this outdoor area which we found perfect for cooling off. And of course, after a trip to the nightclub, we had to go and pick up our favorite thing on board, the late night pizza. The pizza on MSC is really good and they always have a great variety. One night they ended up serving us the square children's pizza since they had leftovers during the day, but nonetheless, it was incredible. Moving up, Deck 15 forward is staterooms, and aft you'll find these stairs to Deck 16, which lead you to the sports court. Tons of sporting activities go on here every day, like basketball competitions, kickball, and so much more. Be sure to check your daily itinerary for all events. Oh, and we almost forgot to mention the secret spot on board. We're not going to give you all the details on how to get here, but just take a look at how great of a spot this is. We also want to mention they don't recommend going outside during weather conditions like this, but we wanted to show you guys just how windy it was during our sailing. Our 3-night cruise on Magnifica visited Key West and Ocean Cay. We did cruise with friends, so in Key West we ended up renting a 6-seat golf cart to get us all around quickly. We visited the USCGC Ingham Maritime Museum for the second time for a self-guided tour. Us along with our friends enjoyed stepping on board a piece of history. We highly recommend doing this if that's something you're interested in. We also visited lots of bars and restaurants. We like to get one small meal and one drink from every place, and we find that's the best way to try everywhere you want. For Ocean Cay, we got off later in the day to beat the rush, and it worked out perfectly. We ended up first stopping to see Kavita to get a drink, then we headed to the far side of the island to North Beach to see Vlad. North Beach was absolutely beautiful and not as crowded because of how far it is from the entrance. It is a very big island, so we would suggest hopping on and off the shuttle to get around. And of course, after a super long day at Ocean Cay, we had to stop and get some ice cream at the Smiling Fish. We absolutely loved our first sailing on an MSC ship and could definitely see more sailings with them in the future. If you've been on an MSC ship, let us know down in the comments which one. And with that being the end of the tour of MSC Magnifica, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you're always on board when we post.